In this module, we will cover the following: setting up a virtual classroom, choosing an online platform, equipment and software requirements, creating a professional online teaching environment, preparing materials, and creating lesson plans. The first step in preparing to teach ESL online is to set up a virtual classroom. This involves selecting an online platform to conduct your lessons and making sure your equipment and software are all up to date. Let's take a closer look at how to set up your virtual classroom. Choosing the right online platform is a crucial decision for anyone who wants to teach ESL online. Here are some factors to consider when selecting an online platform. Features and functionalities. The online platform should have features and functionalities that support online teaching, such as video conferencing, screen sharing, a virtual whiteboard, and the ability to record sessions for future reference. Some popular options include Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, and Microsoft Teams. Make sure that the platform you choose meets your specific teaching needs and preferences. User-friendliness. The online platform should be easy to use, both for you and your students. A platform that is intuitive and user-friendly will help you deliver effective lessons and minimize technical difficulties. Accessibility. Ensure that the online platform you choose is accessible to all of your students. Consider whether it requires a high-speed internet connection or if it is compatible with different types of devices, for example, laptops, smartphones, and tablets. Security and privacy. It is important to choose a platform that is secure and maintains student privacy. Check to see if the platform complies with data protection regulations and if it has features like password protection and end-to-end encryption. Cost. Consider the cost of the platform and whether it fits within your budget. Some platforms may offer a free trial or a basic version with limited features, while others may require a subscription or pay-per-use model. Technical support. Ensure that the platform you choose has a reliable customer support team that can help you and your students with any technical issues that may arise. Ultimately, choosing the right online platform for your ESL teaching needs is a personal decision that will depend on your specific teaching style, preferences, and requirements. It is important to research and evaluate different options before making a decision and to remain open to trying new platforms as technology and teaching needs evolve. To ensure a smooth and effective online ESL lesson, you'll need the right equipment and software. This includes a reliable computer or laptop, a high-quality microphone and camera, and a stable internet connection. You'll also need to make sure you have the necessary software installed, such as the online platform you've chosen to use. Let's look at some equipment requirements to consider when preparing to teach ESL online. Computer. You will need a computer with a reliable internet connection. A laptop or desktop computer is preferable, as they provide a larger screen and better processing power than mobile devices. Camera. A good quality camera is essential for video conferencing with your students. Consider purchasing an external camera if your computer's built-in camera is not of sufficient quality. Microphone. A clear and reliable microphone is crucial for communicating effectively with your students. You may want to consider investing in an external microphone for better audio quality. Headphones. Using headphones can help you hear your students more clearly and can reduce background noise. Now let's look at some equipment requirements to consider when preparing to teach ESL online. Software requirements. Video conferencing software. As mentioned previously, reliable video conferencing software is necessary for conducting online lessons. Some popular options include Zoom, Skype, and Google Meet. Each platform has different features and pricing plans, so consider which one best meets your needs. Virtual whiteboard software. A virtual whiteboard is useful for writing and drawing during lessons. Many video conferencing software options include a built-in virtual whiteboard, but there are also standalone virtual whiteboard software options available. File sharing and storage software. You will need file sharing and storage software, such as Google Drive or Dropbox, to share lesson materials and assignments with your students. Assessment and evaluation software. Assessment and evaluation software, such as Quizlet, Kahoot, or Google Forms, can be used to create quizzes and tests for your students. Language teaching software. There are many language teaching software options available that can be used to supplement your lessons. Examples include Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, and Lingoda. Remember that the specific equipment and software requirements will depend on your individual needs and teaching style. It's always a good idea to research and test different options before committing to a particular product or service. Just like a physical classroom, your virtual classroom should be organized and professional. Choose a quiet, well-lit space to conduct your lessons and ensure that any background noise is minimized. You can also consider adding some personal touches to your virtual classroom, such as a whiteboard or posters, to make it feel more welcoming and engaging. Here are some tips for creating a professional online teaching environment. Choose a quiet and well-lit space. Select a location for teaching that is quiet, well-lit, and free from distractions. You want to create a professional and focused environment for teaching. Set up a backdrop. Consider setting up a backdrop or background that is free from clutter and distractions. A blank or solid-colored wall is ideal, but you can also use a virtual background or create your own backdrop with a poster or screen. Dress professionally. Dress appropriately for your online lessons. Dressing professionally not only sets a good example for your students, but also puts you in the right mindset for teaching. Organize your teaching materials. Make sure that all of your teaching materials, such as textbooks, handouts, and props, are organized and within easy reach. You want to avoid fumbling for materials during a lesson, which can be distracting for you and your students. Use a headset or headphones. Using a headset or headphones can help you hear your students more clearly and can reduce background noise. This can help create a more professional and clear communication environment for both you and your students. Check your lighting and camera. Make sure that your lighting is adequate and that your camera is properly positioned before starting your lessons. Test out different lighting options to ensure that your face is well lit, and adjust your camera angle to ensure that you are centered in the frame. Maintain a professional demeanor. Be mindful of your body language, tone of voice, and overall demeanor during lessons. Maintain a positive and professional attitude, and make sure to actively engage with your students throughout the lesson. By creating a professional online teaching environment, you can set the tone for effective and engaging lessons with your students. Remember, your teaching environment reflects your professionalism and can have a significant impact on the success of your online ESL teaching business. To deliver effective online ESL lessons, you'll need to prepare appropriate materials for your students. This includes choosing textbooks, workbooks, and other resources that align with your lesson objectives. You'll also need to create digital versions of any materials you plan to use, such as PowerPoint slides, worksheets, or PDF versions of textbooks. Here are some tips for preparing materials for online ESL lessons. Plan ahead. Before you start creating materials for your lessons, plan out the learning objectives and topics you will cover. This will help you stay organized and ensure that your materials are relevant and useful. Use a variety of materials. This will help to keep your lessons engaging and dynamic. Using a variety of materials, such as videos, images, audio recordings, and interactive activities, will help cater to different learning styles and keep your students interested. Consider your students' proficiency level. When preparing materials, consider the proficiency level of your students. Use materials that are appropriate for their language level and adapt the materials as needed to ensure that they are challenging but not overwhelming. Incorporate real-life situations. Incorporate materials that are relevant to real-life situations, such as dialogues and scenarios that students may encounter in everyday life. This will help your students see the practical application of the language they are learning. Use reputable resources. There are many websites and resources available for creating ESL materials. It's important to use reputable sources to ensure the accuracy and quality of the materials. Creating engaging lesson plans is essential for keeping your students interested and motivated. When creating your lesson plans, consider using a variety of activities and resources to keep your students engaged. This can include videos, interactive games, and group work activities. Make sure your lesson plans are clear and easy to follow, and don't forget to allow time for student questions and feedback. Here are some tips for creating engaging lesson plans for online ESL lessons. Start with clear learning objectives. Begin your lesson plan by identifying clear learning objectives that you want your students to achieve by the end of the lesson. Make sure that the objectives are specific, measurable, and relevant to your students' language proficiency level. Use a variety of activities. Consider using activities such as role plays, debates, games, and discussions. Include visual aids. Incorporate visual aids such as images, videos, and infographics to help illustrate the lesson content and keep your students engaged. Encourage interaction. Encourage your students to interact with each other and with you throughout the lesson. This can be done through activities such as pair work, group work, and discussions. Provide feedback. Providing feedback throughout the lesson can help your students understand their strengths and weaknesses. This can help them improve and stay motivated. By creating engaging and interactive lesson plans, you can help your students stay motivated and interested in learning English. In this module, we've covered the important steps you need to take to prepare for teaching ESL online. Remember to choose the right online platform, ensure you have the right equipment and software, create a professional online teaching environment, and prepare engaging materials and lesson plans. With these steps in place, you'll be well on your way to delivering effective and engaging online ESL lessons.